Attack on Mika.
Packaged food again?
What do you want? If you have complaints, then you don't need to eat it.
I never said that. My name is Hiroshi. I've been married to my wife, Machiko, for 3 years. We don't have any children yet, and the two of us live together. Machiko is a full-time housewife. And yet, she doesn't even try to do anything around the house, and my hands are burning. You could at least do some cleaning and laundry.
What do you want? While you're away at work, I also have my hands full with keeping up with good people around the neighborhood.
We get into fights almost every day, and it's been more than half a year since we've done anything in bed. Things are completely dried up between my wife and I. One day when I came home, Machiko wasn't there. In the living room, there was a note saying that she was going to dinner with her friend.
I'm gonna go drinking with my friend. If it gets late, I'm just gonna stay over there.
In Japanese. Okay, then. Of course, she didn't leave any food. At this rate, maybe divorce is the only option. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I felt something off about the room. Something feels strange. Smells like a guy. Don't tell me. The Machiko's having an affair? No matter how much we were fighting, I didn't feel anything to suggest that until now. But I don't know what she gets up to while I'm at work every day. With this feeling of doubt and my anger towards Machiko, I really wanted them to just be my imagination as an uneasiness started boiling inside of me. That day, I couldn't settle my feelings, and I decided to sleep in the other room. When I woke up in the morning, I looked in the bedroom, but Machiko wasn't there. And by the time I was leaving for work, she still hadn't come. Mr. Hiroshi, hello? Oh, Mr. Building Manager. Mr. Hiroshi, how's your wife these days? My wife? She's fine. But is something the matter? Actually, yesterday. Excuse me? I couldn't believe my ears. But the building manager said he saw Machiko holding hands and leaving the apartment with another man. Not only that, but that man was in his 50s, living on the same floor of the same building. I'm pretty sure that guy's his own business. Does that mean that while I'm at work, they've been seeing each other often? Yesterday was the first time I felt something off in my apartment, so maybe they were meeting at his house, or if he saw them leaving, then maybe a hotel? If that's really true, then I need to get evidence and divorce her. And the next day, I decided to hire a detective agency straight away. 1 week later, I got a notice that they were able to get hard evidence. Looks like they're meeting outside, not in their apartments. According to their conversation, it seemed like they were being cautious about the apartments. What surfaced from the 1 week report was that they met up twice outside. A record of them going out to dinner and then to a hotel. And the assumed period they've been seeing each other according to their conversations. It turns out that their relationship has been going on for more than a year. I do think that this is plenty of evidence to stand in court, but since we have already received a payment for another week, would you like for us to investigate a little bit further? Yes, please do. I got the evidence in my hands, much more easily than I expected. I was worried how I would feel when presented with evidence of the affair. However, when I finally had it in my hands, instead of anger, I was more met with a strange sense of relief to have clarity and confirmation. All I have to do now is get a lawyer and start preparing for divorce. That's what I was thinking when the unthinkable occurred. What? Died in an accident? Yeah, that's right. Apparently he got hit by a drunk driver and he was pronounced dead immediately. About 2 days after I received the investigation results, the man that was living on the same floor and sleeping with my wife passed away in a car accident. I actually had more resentment towards this man than I did for my cheating wife, but instead, I lost all feelings of anger and was left feeling confused and empty. I put the divorce on the side for now, and I decided to go check on Machiko. And now that the man she was cheating on me with was gone, perhaps she and I could go back to the way we used to be. Or so I thought. Did you hear that Mr. Kimura was living on the same floor, passed away in an accident?
Yeah, I heard. And he was still so active. You never know what can happen in life.
You're right.
I feel so sad for his wife who was left behind. We also don't know what could happen in life, so you and I should stop fighting and be happy together, okay?
Weirdly, Machiko seemed very calm. But perhaps she was just pretending like it didn't bother her. so that I wouldn't suspect her of having any relationship with him. It did seem strange that she didn't feel anything about the situation, but I was happy to hear her say something positive about our relationship. I also decided to put her affair in the past and start moving towards reigniting the spark with my wife. Her partner is gone too, so maybe I can try to let the situation fade away. A few days later, I headed back towards the detective agency to get the latest update and to complete the end of the investigation. The man in question passed away? Yes, that's why I'm thinking about putting the situation in the past for now. No, Mr. Hiroshi, this isn't the end of it, actually. What? Isn't this? A few days after that, I left work early after lunch and hurried back home. That was to get proof of Machiko's affair.
Yeah!
Who's there? I knew it. So you were cheating on me, Machiko? How funny. You really don't know what could happen in life, huh?
Why?
But I didn't imagine that you would have been cheating on me with two men. Isn't that right, Mr. Building Manager? No, this isn't what it looks like. That's exactly what it looks like. I already have the proof. When I received the report from the detective, my knees gave out. I couldn't believe it, but Machiko also had a relationship with the building manager of our apartment. When I confronted the two of them, apparently the other day, the building manager found out that Machiko had been seeing another man in the same building. And by telling me about it, he was trying to get me to divorce her. And with that process, he was also trying to get her to break things off with the other guy. Apparently, he didn't think that I would hire a detective agency, and that he would get found out too. What an idiot, a true idiot.
This is a misunderstanding. I was just really lonely.
Just because you're lonely, you wouldn't cheat with two men.
I won't do it anymore.
You were having an affair with two men at the same time. What are you saying?
The only person I love is you, Hiroshi.
I don't think I can love a woman who's gonna do it with two men she doesn't love. So, Machiko was trying to deny the divorce, but of course it was rejected. I already had plenty of evidence of her affairs with both men, so Machiko couldn't get a word in against the divorce. And I made sure to collect plenty of settlement fee from both Machiko and the building manager. News of this incident immediately spread through the apartment building. And it seems like Machiko was being sued by not only me, but also the wives of her two cheating partners. Of course, Machiko wasn't able to stay in the apartment, so she moved out before I knew it. And I never saw her again. Once Machiko left the apartment, I put it out as a listing to rent. Now I'm able to get a little bit of income from the real estate. You really never know what can happen in life.